And welcome to the Eric Church Chief album review. I'm
Yeah,
Bill,
Chief.
and this is Alvin. And I think this may have thrown people off because I actually think the live stream says 8 o'clock, but we were supposed to be doing this at 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
But it's all right. We'll get to go in here in a few minutes.
Yeah.
We want to wait and see if some people get in here.
Yeah. Eric Chart's Chief album review. Ding. Mm. Mm. Yeah, see if anybody shows up there. Mm. Oh, hey, Justin.
What's up, man? How you doing?
Yeah, how you doing?
Awesome. Ready for some Eric Church album review?
Yeah. It's not our first one, and it won't be our last.
Nope.
Because we got more albums to cover.
Oh, yeah, we got a few more to do, actually.
Oh, yeah. Just tired from work today, but other than that, I'm good.
All right. Well, we're going to wait maybe a couple more minutes. See if we get a few more people in here, and then
Oh yeah, hey Trish.
So yeah, and then we've got 2 in here so far.
Yeah. Well, I guess we can start maybe in the next 2 or 3, right, 3 minutes, I guess.
Yeah, we'll wait a couple more minutes to see if people are coming or whatever.
Because even though we want to get the ball rolling, I mean, I still think we can give it a couple more minutes.
Yeah.
Because I mean, well, we've only been live for 3 minutes so far, so.
Yeah. Only 3 minutes worth of live.
3 minutes worth of live.
That's right. Say, Trish, how you doing? I don't know, this thing's kind of acting stupid in that.
Well, your internet or something?
StreamYard, I think. But anyway.
Doing good. How are you guys? I'm doing good, Trish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Well, I think we'll go ahead and get this thing a rolling, and people can come in as they they see fit. So, we are talking about the one and the only Eric Church Chief album, his junior album, if you was to put it in terms of like freshman, sophomore. This would be his junior album here.
Yeah. Yeah. I did want to read this because I just noticed this because I kind of have like about the track list and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And it says Chief is the album that lifted Eric to superstardom. He's a lyrical genius, and this album is a hard-nosed, hits you in the face, amped-up version of Sinners Like Me.
Yep.
Which is kind of cool because I think Wild Bill actually, before the stream started, did compare this album to kind of Sinners Like Me. Like, it's up there with his ranking of albums. So.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, it also says Chief became Eric's persona on stage, even though he says the real Chief is his grandfather, who was the sheriff of Caldwell County, where Eric grew up.
Yeah.
So I just thought I'd mention that about where he got the name Chief from.
And just a little tidbit that really doesn't have anything to do with Eric Church, although Eric Church is from Caldwell County.
Yeah.
If anyone out here is a baseball fan and have catch up and have watched baseball within the last 10 years, will know that the pitcher Madison Bumgarner, who used to pitch for the San Francisco Giants, who was the MVP of the 2014 World Series, is also from Caldwell County. And when you go into Caldwell County there, when you go into, they have a sign that says home of Eric Church and in 2014 MVP Madison Bumgarner. So that's pretty cool, I think.
Yeah. So when we go through the
same high school.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I was gonna ask, like, so when we go through the track listing, are you gonna start off and then we just take turns introducing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. We'll do like we normally do.
Okay. And there's 11 tracks, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah.
So 11
yep.
tracks.
So I guess, do you want to kick it off, or you want me to kick it off?
Let me see. I think I mean, if you didn't mind, I could actually kick it off because
go ahead. Sounds good.
Because the first track is actually one of my favorites on this album, anyway. But yeah, I'll kick it off. Track 1 is called "Creepin'," and it's basically a song about a guy who can feel the craziness creeping up inside him because of a woman who broke his heart. Yeah. But with that being said, this song is so catchy. Like this is a really great opening track, and what really makes it catchy though is the bump 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 creeping. Like the way he says creeping in the song is, I don't know, just fire. I love the way he pronounces creeping in the song. But with that being said, I've always loved this song. I actually remember watching the music video because this song actually does have a video, and I love the video as well. And this, I mean, I don't know. I guess I feel kind of nostalgic with this song, and I don't know. It's just a really catchy country song, and I'll be honest. When it first came out, I probably didn't get the meaning or couldn't really relate to the meaning. But listen to it recently, getting ready for this review, I realized that. I mean, I've experienced some of these feelings, like when it comes to like a past relationship myself. So it's almost like I have a new, like this song has a new meaning for me compared to where I was in life back when the song originally came out, like 2011, 2012, around that time period. But yeah, with that being said, this song was also a song that Cletus T. Judd decided to parody for his 2012 album called Paradisiac. And he renamed it Tweetin' to be about Twitter. Basically him causing chaos on Twitter about just tweeting anything that he can think of or something. But yeah, because back then, 2011, 2012, that's basically when Twitter really picked up mainstream, or as Wild Bill likes to call it, titter. Yeah. So, but I just thought I'd mention that fun fact in there. But yeah, this is a really good song, good start to the album, and I'd probably give this one 4.5 stars. It's not quite at the 5 for me, but I mean, it's definitely really catchy, and I just have nostalgic feelings towards this song. So, what are your thoughts, Wild Bill?
Awesome. Yeah, I love this song, and I love the video, and I love the funny thing about this song is it's kind of one of those up tempo kind of like broken heart songs, like you said. No matter how fast he runs, no matter what he does, the loneliness and the craziness and all that stuff is always creeping up on him or whatever, and he, or whatever. And this video was just so fun, and it's just so like out there, and it's just so like you can't not like listen to the song and be like, even if, and sometimes I do think when you listen to it, maybe it sounds a little corny sometimes, but it's just so good and so well written that I think it's meant to actually kind of like make fun of itself in a way, maybe. And it's just such an awesome song, man. And the video is out of this world, and I can't think of a better opener, man. It just opens up the album, and like you said, that boom, 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 and the way he does that, man, it's just so cool.
Yeah, and don't you love the way he pronounces it though? Like, because anyone could say bump, 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 like in a song, but the way he does it is so like you can tell it's definitely like traditional outlaw country right there. Because it's like boom, boom, because it makes me picture. I mean, also maybe the visuals of the video probably helps us, but it makes me think of like a Western or by a train track or something when he does that.
Yeah.
Like I just a picture like a train like going down the tracks when he goes boom, boom, boom. Like, I don't know. And then he's just creeping.
Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, but didn't you say you did love the video though? Right?
Oh yeah.
The music video. Yeah.
And so I guess I'll kick it off on track 2 here.
Okay.
Next song is probably one of my favorite songs off the album. It's called "Drink in My Hand," and it's basically talking about a guy who's worked 40 hours a week, and he's talking about they're talking about maybe he told him the boss man could take that overtime and shove it up his can because all he wants to do is put a drink in his hand because he's already worked this 40-hour week and all that stuff. And it's just this video is like a live video, and it's just like cool as hell. And that's like me. I'm always talking about a cold one anyway, So it's like this song is just, I love it because it's just talking about putting a drink in your hand, no matter, like I'm thinking like when I get off of work every day or at the end of the week, I'm like, man, I'm ready for a cold one. You know what I'm saying? So it's, it's just one of those fun songs that it comes around, and it's just talking about hard work and drinking and all this other stuff, and so it's just really cool. And it's just another one of those fast, upbeat, like awesome songs that you just can't not listen to. And this is always a playlist song, you know what I'm saying? So it's I love it. I'd probably give it like 4.5 stars because it's just it's so cool.
Yeah, 4.5 stars. Yeah. But yeah, I actually love this song. I done this song outside of a video because I think this was one of the ones that I saw a video for. Even the video was really good because I think it showed some footage of like him in concert and stuff. And but yeah, I really love this one. It's very catchy. It's very upbeat. Like this is like one of those drinking upbeat country karaoke type songs. At least that's how I feel about it. That's what reminds me of it. Definitely like upbeat, like country, kind of at its finest. And it is about drinking. I can't really relate to it on that retrospect, but other than that, I mean, it's just a really catchy song. I'd probably give it. I don't know, even though like it is really catchy and everything, but I think I would give it maybe like 3.5 stars because it's still not like one of my absolute favorites from the album, but like it's definitely not like a filler or anything. It's still really catchy. So
that's right. Put a drink in my hand.
Yeah, because it's got a drink in his hand.
That's right.
Yeah. So want me to do track number 3 now?
Sure.
Yeah. Track number 3. It's called "Keep On," and this is a song about a guy who sees a girl at a bar and picks her up, but first has to deal with the cowboy she came with. it gets more complicated the next morning when they wake up and find they just might be in love. Now, this is another song that gave me like a very like catchy country music type feel. Still probably not one of my absolute favorites from the album because this album to me got better as it went on. But with that being said, I mean, I actually really like this one, and I would probably give it like 4 stars. Yeah, because I mean, not to mention it's kind of like a love song. So, and I'm a sucker for. I mean, I say I'm a sucker for love songs, even though I'm kind of a sucker for breakup songs too, because maybe it's because I can relate in that aspect to both the love part of a song and the breakup aspect as well. So, but yeah, it's definitely a catchy song and another good one from the album. So, and like I said, this album just gets better as it goes on, at least in my listening experience to the album. So,
yeah, so Keep On is basically a song about a guy in a bar who went there by himself, and like I said, he sees this chick and she's kind of like giving him the eye, kind of like, yeah, you know, take me home, because she's not like feeling the guy that she's with or whatever it is. But he is not so, you know, he's not so keen on you know, getting left or whatever, being left behind. And there's a verse in here that says, yeah, I can tell you the way you look. Yeah, I can tell by the way I took your hand and then asked you to dance. He went all John Wayne in front of his friends and said, I don't think so, man. You're all bowed up like a loudmouth pup, never been in a junkyard fight. But if you're going to bark at the big dog, boy, then you're going to have to feel the bite. And I just love that because that just sounds like something I would do, man. And I was like, yeah, you can get all John Wayne if you fucking want to, but you know what I'm saying? You know, and then as much as I love John Wayne, and I think John Wayne's probably one of the greatest, you know, actors of all time. And, you know, I live my life by a few John Wayne quotes, you know what I'm saying? But the whole thing about it is, man, like this guy's like, he thinks he's all that, but he really ain't. And he's finna get his ass whooped because you know, he's taking her home and not the other guy. And it's just in the song's just talking about you keep on looking at me that way or whatever it is. It's like, man, it's just a cool song, man. All these songs on here, man, just have this really like cool like sound and this atmosphere, and it's just they're all like really upbeat and just kind of, you know, I don't know, it just all have this kind of a badassery to it or whatever, and so it's really cool. And I love this song, and yeah, this was actually I like this song. I wouldn't say it's one of my favorites on the album, but it's a song I can definitely listen to, you know, again. So it has a replay value of it or whatever, and so it's really cool. So I'd probably give it about 4 stars, maybe.
Okay. Well, this basically, this is the first time on this album so far that me and Wild Bill basically gave it the same rating.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think we kind of gave Creepin' about the same rating as well, but yeah. But yeah, you ready for track number 4?
Yep. And
now, yeah, I can't wait for track number 4 because it's another one of my favorites. So
yeah,
here we go.
So here we go. Track number 4 is called "Like Jesus Does," and there's a line on here that I really love in this song, and it's called "I'm a long gone wailing song on vinyl," and anyone knows that I love Waylon, always have, and I love vinyl. You know, I'm a vinyl hound and everything. But and it says, "I'm back now, sinner at a tent revival, but believers in me like she believes in her Bible, and she loves me like Jesus does." So basically what it is he's got this woman that loves him no matter what. She loves him through his faults. She loves him through all the things he's done. She loves him through you know, his mistakes. She loves him for who he is. And like, he's always talking about how, you know, she loves him like Jesus does because Jesus loves you unconditionally. And, He wants, he forgives you of your sins and for the things you do and stuff like that. And his love is forever and never ending. And so it's kind of like her love is like that to him. It's like no matter, he's flawed and he knows he's flawed, but to her, it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? So she loves him like Jesus does. And it's a really cool song, and I love it. And I love the message behind the song. And it's just, it's almost kind of like, in a way, kind of like Waylon, how Waylon has kind of been gone and forgotten by a lot of people. So he's like a long gone Waylon song on vinyl, and so it's, but only the true people who love him, loves him for who he is. It's almost kind of like, loving your favorite artist when everybody else is like gave up on them. You're still that one person there, supporting them and all that stuff. So that's really cool. And I think this is like one of my favorite songs on the album too. I love it so much. And it's cool. It's more of a kind of a stripped down, kind of slower song, but it's awesome. I give it 4.5 stars.
Okay. Well, I absolutely love the song, and I don't know why, but when listening to the song, it actually kind of took me. It's like it took me back in time as I was listening to the song to like a certain time in my life or something, like a past relationship and stuff. Because I've actually felt like that before. Like everybody else has pretty much kind of like I don't know. Because there was a time where I felt absolutely like alone or basically exiled from the rest of the world or something. But then there was this one person that was in my life that was basically my rock, and the person that I don't know still loved me for me. And I don't know. I just really love the message of this song because basically being with someone that loves you like Jesus does. I mean, as the song says. I mean, like I love songs that are basically about like unconditional love, like loving someone for no matter what their faults are, their flaws, like or their past mistakes, like that. This one person looked past that and hasn't like given up on you. So yeah, just totally relatable to me. I love the slower pace of the song. It's pretty much like a typical like Eric Church ballad type song, but just the way he sings it, and even the way he says it in the song, or sings it, I should say, in the song, like Jesus does. It just his voice sounds so like pure, like he means every word that he's saying in the song. And I think that's what made me love the song even more, because you can kind of hear the emotion in Eric Church's voice, at least to me, I did. And so yeah, just totally relatable. I'd probably give it like 4.5 stars as well. I'll be honest with you, it was almost a 5-star song for me, but I don't know. I don't know. I just really liked it, and I loved the way that, like the melody, the way he sings it. It's like it took me somewhere. It took me somewhere else. Like I felt like it wasn't like just in like here in my apartment listening to it when I was listening to it. It's like it just took me back in time to another time in my life, and I love that about music. So like if a song does that to me, then I'm absolutely like drawn in pretty much. So yeah, a very good song. I love it.
Awesome.
Yeah. So ready for track number 5?
Yeah.
Or did you have more to say about like Jesus does?
Oh no, I'm good.
Okay. The next song is called Hungover and Hard Up. This is a song about a guy who is being haunted by the blindsided leaving of his girlfriend, so he drinks to help himself numb the pain. Now this one, I don't know. this may sound crazy, but listening to certain songs on this album, just the way, maybe it's the way, like Eric Church has this very soothing voice, I guess, when he's like singing, even his up tempo songs. I mean, I still just love the way he sings, and I don't know, I just really like his voice. And there was a few songs on this album that almost made me feel like crying, to be honest. Maybe it's because of the hard hitting lyrics or what he was singing about, but yeah, this one definitely hit me. Not in a very relatable aspect. I mean, well, I guess I could kind of relate to it to an extent, but I never drank or anything, so I don't know. I can't really relate in that aspect of certain songs about like drinking and stuff. But I do know the pain, like what it's like the pain of loss, or basically being blindsided in either a relationship or a friendship. Because I've had people like come and go out of my life, and I'm like what the hell just happened? What happened? And I don't know. Just this song also relatable. Probably not one of my absolute favorites from the album, but it's probably because there was a few other songs on this album that really got me in the feels more than this one did. And but yeah, this song probably like 4 stars. I really enjoyed this one too. Like, I mean, I just like I said, this album just keeps getting better as it goes on, and this was another song that kind of hit me in the feels, but still not one of my absolute favorites. So, what's your thoughts on the song?
I like this song, and this song was actually related for me because I was blindsided by the leaving of my first ex, and I know what it's like to try to deal with the pain only the best way you can, and whether it's the bottom of a bottle or whatever. It's I've been hungover a few times myself, and sometimes all you think of is drinking the pain away. And so yeah, this song is really relatable to me. It's nothing like some relationships when you get left, you kind of see it coming in a way, but I was totally blindsided by the her leaving and everything, and so I relate to this song really really well. It's like it says right here, memory button stuck on repeat, mind skipping like a record machine over and over. The goodbye scene keeps spinning in my head. It keeps haunting me and ain't no maybe about it. The hurt keeps calling me, come on out. We've got you surrounded. Yeah, the bottle in my hand is loaded and I ain't afraid to use it tonight. Yeah, I just love the lyrics of this song, man. And like you said earlier, man, Eric Church is like a poetic genius. He just the way he writes, man. He just, I don't know. It's him and I'm gonna tell you something, like him and like Luke Combs are like true storytellers, man, and they just tell some of the best stories with the songs they write and everything. And I would have to give this. I give this song probably 4.5 stars because it's just so good and it's so relatable to me, and and that's pretty much all I got to say. But I didn't want to say. Now, I know there's not a lot of people in the comments, but you're welcome to comment on the songs and rate them and give us what you think of the songs or whatever, because, that interaction with the people out watching it is cool too. So,
Yeah. But yeah, you ready to get on to the next one?
Yep.
Because this was another one. Another heavy song, or at least a heavy song for me.
I do this one right.
Track 6, I think.
Track number 6, Homeboy. Yeah. I don't know why, but this is probably be my least favorite song on the album. but I also understand the song probably a lot better than a lot of people think. And but I don't know. There's just something about this song. I don't know what it is for me. Um, it's not one of my. It's not one of those songs. I'm just kind of like, yeah. And this one also has a music video too. And it's basically about this guy, this kid who grew up on the farm or whatever, grew up in the country, and he moved to the city, and now he's acting all big and bad. And like he's acting like he's a thug, and he's wearing his pants down, like you see him doing stuff like that. And he's got everybody fooled, thinking he's all hard and tough, but really he ain't. And so it's about putting on a show for other people, not being really who you are, but in the end, you really, deep down inside, you know that you'd rather be doing something else, but you have to put on this persona to sort of kind of make it to survive or whatever. And that's pretty much what this song is about. And it's kind of like someone telling to him, come on home, boy, come back to your roots or whatever it is, and all this stuff. And it's it's a decent song. And the videos, all right. I don't know. It's just never been one of those songs that's really done anything for me, and I don't know why. And like I said, it's probably my least favorite song on the album, and so I'd probably give it about 3 stars, maybe.
Well, damn. Or at least you said since it's the least your least favorite. Hopefully that means there won't be any 1 or 2 star songs with this album.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was gonna say, Homeboy, probably not one of my absolute favorites, but I think what made me like this song so much was actually the music video. I think this video needed visuals to it to help me really understand. But even the lyrics about like this teenage boy like wearing his jeans like low, like under his butt and stuff, like the reason why I could relate to that to an aspect is or to an extent isn't me relating personally, but because it sounded like the song was describing actually a cousin of mine that my sisters and I were like really close to growing up, and we lived like 2 blocks away from him. And he was over at our house a lot growing up, and he was the type a guy that basically grew up into the guy that's described in the song, and to basically trying to look cool, be cool, and everything, but behind the scenes, he actually was like falling apart, or he was weaker than he portrayed out in public, if that makes sense. And he was just trying to fit in with every crowd and stuff, and trying to be cool. Like he even started like doing like very mischievous and bad things as he got into his like mid to late teens, and like stealing cigarettes and smoking and stuff like that. Like it got really like bad to a point. Like I don't even know what he's really doing now, but I don't know. That's what it kind of reminded me of. Just reminded me of this cousin of mine that I felt the song was kind of describing, and it kind of painted the picture. Like even the visuals of the song just really good. Also the phrase "homeboy." I've heard that around town before. It's like I don't know. Like I usually call it as that's what like the wannabe gangsters call each other, kind of like homeboy. And believe it or not, I remember a kid in one of my high school classes actually calling me homie every time he'd see me. And I felt like this song was describing him too, because I felt like he was always showing off in front of like other classmates, but every time he saw me, he'd be like, "How you doing, homie?" Like I think he even called me homeboy at one time, which I don't know. I always thought it was weird. Like, why would anyone call me that? I don't know. I don't know. It's like a nickname or something. But teenage boys just call each other. But I don't know. It's I don't know. I really like the song. The video is good. I what I'm going to say is the best part of the song actually is the video. Like if this song didn't have a video, it'd probably just be another song on the album. But I mean, the more listens, maybe it would be considered kind of underrated. Like maybe a underrated Eric Church song. Which I mean, there's probably some people who probably feel like that. Wild Bill, since you don't really care for the song, they may be like, well, that's why this song is so underrated. Not everybody likes it, but it's still a good song though. I'd probably rate it like about what you gave it, Wild Bill. Actually, like 3 stars, 3.5. It's not like one of my absolute favorites, and I mean, it's still not like in my top 5 or anything. But I mean, I still enjoyed the song. It's not like a total skip or a filler for me. It's still, I mean, I can understand why people would relate to it. So, but so yeah, you want me to move on to the next one, or
yeah?
Okay. I just want to make sure, just in case I say something that triggers another memory that you want to say.
Oh no, you're good, man.
Okay. Now this next track 7. Ooh, I actually love the Eric Church like has a song because I never heard it. This was actually one of the tracks I listened to this album. I mean, when I was listening to this album, prepared from the review, that I never even heard until I was listening to this album for this review. And I think it's because it's not this song that had like a music video. I don't even think it was released as a single, but I mean it should have been. But yeah, it's track 7, and it's called Country Music Jesus.
That's right.
This song, oh my God, I was thinking real hard. Like everyone listening to the song, I was like, damn straight. That's what I'm saying right there. Basically, this song is about country music and how the genre is in need of a savior. It needs a savior from itself, much like Jesus is to humanity. He thinks it needs saving and a person to lead them back to the old style of country music. And I just got to say amen, because I'll be honest with you, I've always felt like this for the past, believe it or not, I mean, well, there's some people who may say it's needed a country music Jesus for at least the last 15 years or so. But I've definitely noticed for a fact, like over the last 5 to 10 years, that country music just doesn't hit the same as it did back in like the 90s and the early 2000s. So, I don't know. This song just, it reminded me thinking like, we need more artists out there. Like, I don't know, like Waylon Jennings or Charlie Daniels, or like even more songs like classic Brad Paisley. To me, would still be like a country music Jesus. Because I realized a lot of my favorite country songs actually were from the 90s and early 2000s. So I wish country music hit like that. And there was even some classic songs from like Johnny Cash, like because I think Eric Church even mentions like Johnny Cash in this, like yeah, because it says that we need a second coming worse than bad, some long-haired hippie prophet preaching from the book of Johnny Cash, a sheep among the wolves, they're standing tall. We need a country music Jesus to come and save us all.
Yep.
And yeah, this song.
No more words were truer that were written than those right there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like this song, one of my favorites, like automatically in my top 5 of this album, right? Because I'll be honest, when I got to this track, I think I repeated it like 3 times. I was like, I got to hear that again. Like this is a song that has extreme replay value in my opinion, and it just I don't know, like I feel like a lot of country artists out there, like even some that have been in the game for decades, like even someone like Alan Jackson would probably agree with the words of the song, because like even Alan Jackson has gone out and said in public interviews before that he feels like country music is dead. Even Sarah Evans has said that too. And maybe Eric Church's this was basically Eric Church's plea to help, for help. Like, we need someone to help save like country music, because country music just isn't the same as it used to be anymore. Like, and I think it doesn't help with like mainstream media, because they're always popularizing like pop music, which I guess pop does kind of stand for popular music in a way, but I feel like country music definitely is very underrated and should be more popularized. Like, I wish it still had this. I wish it still hit the same as it did back in like the '90s, with like the banjos and the acoustic guitars and like actual like instruments and everything's like. Because I've noticed some country artists that try to be country or try to label themselves as country still include like a synthesizer in their songs or something to make it sound more hip, I guess. And like, country music doesn't need to sound hip. I mean, it just needs to hit at the heartstrings, pretty much. I mean, just hit you in the feels, tell a story. I mean, basically tell a story about your life. Like when you listen to a country song, you should be able to put yourself in the country song. Like, basically what Eric Church says in a later song in his disco, like longer, like up there, like for a few more years into his career, where he actually released a song called "Stick That in Your Country Song." So that's basically it. Like, this song would go great like in a back-to-back listen to country music Jesus, and then stick that into in your country song. I feel like those songs would go together pretty well. But yeah, with that being said, I just really love the song, love the message, everything about it. Definitely 5 stars. This is by far probably one of the best songs on this album, and probably one of the best songs that I even have heard from Eric Church. And I love a lot of his songs already, which I know is mostly his singles and what we've covered before. But now, if Eric Church continues to make more music like this one, then there's no telling when me and Wild Bill are done with all the Eric Church album reviews, what my top 10 favorite like Eric Church songs are going to be, and where this song will be on that list. But as of right now, Country Music Jesus would probably be one of my favorite Eric Church songs that I've listened to. Awesome. So yeah, what are your thoughts, Wild Bill? And sorry that I rambled there, but this song is great. So.
No, you're good, man. So here's my thing, and this is almost like Eric Church's version of Murder on Music Row in a way. It's basically telling you that country music has been like needing of a revolution, and someone come to lead. Because see, you can tell, and I'm going to say this from the very first album up to now, you can tell how much people like Waylon Jennings and Willie Nelson and Chris Christopherson and Merle Haggard, them guys, had on Eric Church's career, on his career. You could just tell those old outlaw guys, man, had a profound influence in his music, his songwriting, his everything he does, because you know, like you said, a long-haired hippie singing from the words of from the Bible of Johnny Cash or whatever it is, or the book of Johnny Cash, my bad, sorry. Kind of reminds me of Waylon almost, like, you know what I'm saying, because Waylon was sort of kind of that guy. He really didn't have that country look to him. You know, he was more his look, his attitude, his sound, everything was all just not Nashville. It was more of an outside kind of outlaw, thing to him. And you can tell that in Eric Church, man. I can kind of tell where he gets his influence from. And I wanted to say, from this track on to the rest of the album, you can kind of see his progression from going from more of like the mainstream kind of stuff to the more of the Outsiders record, which we're going to be doing next. You can just kind of tell it has, I think, from like Country Music Jesus to the last track has that more of an outlaw kind of feel to it, more of that outlaw kind of sound. The lyrics and everything just it's just so it's just so right down my alley. And I agree with you too, Alvin. I don't usually do it a lot, but I give this song 5 stars too because it's just an amazing song. And country is dying right now. It needs a revolution, and Eric Church is the one that's been leading it for the last little while. And so yeah, country music, Jesus.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know, because I feel like you said, Bill, like you said, truer words have never been spoken.
Yep.
It's actually very true. Like, country music, like, I keep hoping and praying that someday it's going to get like a resurgence, or that we'll eventually get into like a country music renaissance or something. But so far, country music hasn't been nearly as big as it was like back in the 90s, because I remember growing up, like even as a kid, like I know we listened to back then, my parents listened to a lot of country music. We always had it on the country station, and the music that was played on the country stations actually sounded country. Like, now you turn on the country station, there's no telling what artists they're going to be playing. They may be playing Tim McGraw 1 minute and then Florida Georgia Line the next, and you're like, how is that still country? Like, so yeah, I totally agree with you, Bill. So you want to get on to the next track?
Yeah. So the next track, which is track 8, is probably, I'd have to say, probably one of my favorite songs on this album, and probably one of my favorite Eric Church songs of all time, and it's called Jack Daniels. And basically it's talking about how, like, like I'll give you an example. I'll read you the first verse. It says, I've got a reputation going around. I've never been one to kind of back down. I've thrown a punch or two and gave a few black eyes, but Jack Daniels kicked my ass again last night. And then I'm gonna read the second verse. It says, yeah, I hung in pretty good for a round or two, but he don't fight fair like Daddy taught me to. The memory turned my head, and then he punched me from behind. Jack Daniels kicked my ass again last night. Yeah, it's about how no matter how big and bad and tough you think you are, man, Jack Daniels will kick your ass, and it don't take but just a few drinks for you to start feeling it, and it start working on you and start whipping your ass. And I've been fortunate to see Eric Church live once, and I remember when he was on stage, and he had this big black cup or whatever, and he has like a cup holder on his mic stand, and he's picking that thing, and he said, guys, I don't know about y'all, but he says, Jack Daniels starting to kick my ass tonight or whatever, right? And the place just went crazy, and I just love this song because, you know me, I love to drink whiskey, and I love Jack Daniels, and I've had Jack Daniels kick my ass a time or two, so I know what it's like. So I can say I relate to this song, and no matter how big and bad you think you are, and whatever it is, Jack Daniels, he don't fight fair, and he'll kick your ass, and that's just pretty much the simple fact to it all. And I love this song, and it's another 5-star song for me because it's just an awesome song.
Okay. Well, I think this is the part where we kind of really differ, Bill, because this is actually my least favorite from this album. But I think it's because I don't drink whiskey. I never drank. I can't really relate to it in that aspect. So, this was still a good song. I still I still enjoyed listening to it. I'm still glad I heard the song, but I just couldn't, it didn't really do much for me. Like, it's a song that I kind of take or leave from this album, if that makes sense. But even with that being said, I would still give it maybe 3 stars. Like I said, there's no 1 or 2 star songs from this album. It's really that good, given a straight listen through. But like I said, but you should be happy to know of. At least this is the only one I think we could like where opinions really differ in that aspect. But I mean, but I can see why you relate to it though, Wild Bill, because I mean, what just knowing what I know about you, so that's why I don't have much to say about this song, unfortunately. But I can understand where you're coming from.
You know, Alvin, I will say this. I'm not one to go out and tell people, they should get. But maybe you should let Jack Daniels kick your ass one time, and then maybe then you can relate to the song or whatever.
But damn,
Can
you just imagine? See, I've never been drunk or anything, so I know how people portray it, like in movies and stuff. Or, I mean, and I've actually seen people like drunk out in public before, unfortunately. But other than that, I never really experienced that feeling myself. So. I don't know, but I do know that a lot of drinkers will tell you about like certain beers and like certain beers and wines or whatever. Like once you have enough shots or something, you start to really feel it, and I guess some people do refer to it as drinks kicking their ass. So, but yeah. With that being said, I'm glad that you liked that song, though, Wild Bill. I mean, since I didn't enjoy it as much as you did.
Yep.
But yeah, so you ready for the next one?
Yep.
Track 9, yeah, baby. Now, going into this album, for this review, this was the song that came to mind the most. Whenever, because when I looked at the track listing, I was like, oh, so this is the album that has a song in there. Well, track 9 is called Springsteen. And I feel like it's one of Eric Church's most famous songs. I mean, well, I know he has a lot of other popular songs, but whenever someone talks about Eric Church, this song somehow always does eventually get mentioned. Like there's probably someone that would say Springsteen is their favorite Eric Church song or something. But yeah, I would consider this one of his most famous. It's basically it basically says what it says before I get into my own thoughts. It says taken from his 2011 album Chief, the song was originally centered around a memory of a girl and another one's song, but it centers around Bruce Springsteen and tells a story of teen romance. It was produced by Jay Joyce and was nominated for 2 Grammy Awards on December 12th, 2012, but did not win any awards at the ceremony in 2013. That's basically what it says. But yeah, this song, I love the song. Also, the music video. I'll be honest with you, the music video of the song is probably one of my favorite modern day country music videos, I would say. I mean, I don't know. I just really love the video aspect, and I love how it shows a lot of footage of like a neighborhood and like just normal people out doing normal things, like on the streets of like some like urban like small town USA, pretty much. I mean, and it even take like I think there's some footage of like what it looks like Eric Church is like having like a block party out in front of his garage or something. And what I thought was cool is the video. I loved the video. I love how the video starts. I just want to touch on this a little bit, but I love how the video starts because it basically shows a woman like being filmed like from like a home movie type thing, and she's basically trying to describe the perfect guy, like what she wants, what she personally wants in a man. And just the way she describes things is basically I couldn't say it better. That's basically how I personally feel about like when it comes to like a relationship, like the perfect guy to me, or the perfect woman. Like basically, I basically just want someone who will love me for me, and that's basically what she says. And then it gets into the song and the video, and throughout the video, it basically shows Eric Church walking down a road, and he has like his beanie on. I love his outfit, and he has like a scarf or something, or a tie that has like the USA like flag on it. And it's basically like he's basically, it looks like he's just walking down like a small town USA street in the video, but towards the end it shows him like performing the song in front of like in his garage and stuff, and then people watching him. So it's like Eric Church is having like his own block party in his like neighborhood, and people watch him. And I love some of the people watching him are actually like kids, which I thought was kind of cool. Like it shows them that even younger, like even the younger generation can be into country music, and just the smiles on the faces. Like I don't know, this video just seemed really innocent, and I don't know. I just can't really put it into words, but I just love the video. This song's very nostalgic. It basically takes me back. It's another one of those songs that takes me back to 2012 or 2013. Like it's just one of my favorite Eric Church songs, and one of the songs that I associate Eric Church with. Like when people ask me, like, can I name one Eric Church song? This song will probably come to mind. Or can I name a few Eric Church songs? I would probably always name Springsteen as one of them, along with songs like Guys Like Me and How About You, or something like some of his earlier tracks, or Love You Love the Most from the last album that we did. So yeah, it's just very nostalgic. But with that being said, I'll still give the song 5 stars. I still feel like the song still holds up. Even the music video, to me, still holds up. Like even though the video and the song are over like 10 years old now, like over a decade old. Like this video came out over like pretty much a decade ago, back in 2012. So, and it's now 2022. So this song in the video, well, the video is at least 10 years old. So yeah. With that being said, just totally love the song, love the video. Oh, and this was another song that Cletus T. Judd made a parody of, and he renamed it to Cletus T to basically basically joke about his own career and stuff. Like Cletus T. Judd took this song and basically made it about himself in his parodies. So, which I thought was pretty funny. But yeah, I definitely recommend checking out Cletus T. Judd's parody of the song as well. But with that being said, 5 stars all the way. One of my favorites.
Wow. Yeah. I just wanted to say I actually had some tidbits about this song and the video and stuff like that. But this song is probably my favorite off the album, and I love it because it's relatable to me. It brings back a lot of memories, some good, some bad. Just some time in my life when you're young and you think the world is, you don't see the world as such a shitty place. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, it's just you. And I kind of wrote a poem about it almost. It kind of reminds me of this song one time. But there's the line I love in here. It says, "When I think about you, I think about 17. I think about my old Jeep. I think about the stars in the sky. Funny how a melody sounds like a memory, like a soundtrack to a July Saturday night." Springsteen, right? Only for me, it wasn't a Jeep. It was my first truck I ever had, and
yeah,
a lot of memories from that time and that era.
Wait, maybe I could wait before you go on. I just want to say maybe that's another reason why I like the song, because I like how Eric Church does mention a Jeep in the song, because the last vehicle my mom had before she passed away was actually a Jeep. So maybe that's another reason why, like, my mom had a Jeep when this song was like really, really popular.
Yeah.
But yeah, I also love that Trish said this is the one right here, best one on the album. Love it. So
yeah.
But like I said, this is one of his most famous songs. So.
Yeah, this is a song that I would probably say this is the go-to Eric Church song. A little tidbit though about the video. Actually, the video wasn't filmed too far from here. In a town called Elgin. When there's a scene in the video, and you'll see the water tower, and on the water tower it says Elgin. And it's not too far from here. I used to go through. It's a town called Camden, and then there's a town like I think it's like next. I think it's like past Camden or something. It's a town called Elgin, and that's where this video was filmed. Um, I used to go through there when I used to go to the academy when I was a correctional officer, and so yeah, so this, like I said, this he filmed this video probably about an hour and a half away from here, maybe a little more, but yeah, I it's a really relatable song, and like I said, it brings back a lot of memories, and it's probably my favorite song off this album.
That's awesome, Trish. Like, yeah. I had a feeling once we got to, like, even going into this review, like, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off or anything. Yeah. I mean, I was just saying that going into this review, I automatically knew once we got to the song Springsteen, I feel like a lot of people, like at least watching, would probably have more to have things to say about this one, because this song, like, even looking at the track list going into this review, I automatically knew that, oh, this is the album that Springsteen is on, and I know Springsteen, like, because Springsteen has actually been on a lot of my country music playlists over the years, like even on YouTube, on Spotify. Like, I always listen, like I've always listened to this one for years. So
yeah, but like you were saying earlier too, this is the album that catapulted Eric's career, and this is the album he won Album of the Year for back in 2011, and I understand why. It's just such a monumental, such a great record. I mean, there's not a bad, even though there might be songs I like a little more than others, there's not a bad song on this album. So yeah. But you can tell the progression of where he was going, the later parts of this record. And even though this song, it gets a lot of radio play and gets a lot of video airplay, I don't ever think Eric Church meant for it to be a kind of a radio friendly song. It wasn't. You could tell the progression of where he was going on this record, especially from track 7 on. And yeah, this song is. I can't say anything bad about the song, anything bad about the video. It's just a perfect song, from beginning to end. And I'm gonna give it 5 stars easily, without a shadow of a doubt. Like I said, it's probably my favorite. It may be my favorite It may be my favorite Eric Church song. So.
Wait, that's saying a lot, because
there's no reason behind that. So
this is definitely in my top 10 favorite Eric Church songs for sure. Like, even this is just based on the songs I've heard from Eric Church so far. But yeah, I wanted to point out, like, did you see Trish's last comment a while ago?
Yeah,
she said her son hates country music, and even he liked this song. So that tells you a lot, because this song, even though it's country, I feel like this is a song that could actually cater to both country music fans and non-country fans. Like say there's some people out there who don't like country music and stuff. If they would give this song a listen or even watch the video, I feel like they will find some kind of respect for the song in some way. And it's catchy. I love the way he sings it too. Like I said, like, that's another thing about Eric Church's voice. This is actually not trying to compare anything, but here's one of the major differences between Garth Brooks and Eric Church. Garth Brooks, when he sings low and like everything, or sings soft, he can have the most boring voice in country music. I'm not even joking. Like, Garth Brooks knows how to sound boring. But that's just my opinion. I mean, he has some good songs out there, but he can also sound very boring. Eric Church, even as soft as Eric Church sings, it still catches my ear. It still makes me want to listen to more of his music. It doesn't, like, Eric Church never has made me want to just turn him off, if that makes sense. but Garth Brooks can do that easily.
Well, just to throw a little tidbit in there,
Yeah.
Eric Church got thrown off the Rascal Flatts tour on his first album, and
Yeah.
they wound up getting Taylor Swift, and that made her career and all that stuff, which I think they made a bad decision on, because you look at it now, they're no longer doing anything, and Taylor just, I don't know.
Well, you want to know something crazy?
And then,
Bill?
Eric was the one that made out the best out of all that.
Yeah. Well, I was just gonna say this. Well, Bill, going into this review, there was a point during this review I was like, you know what? I should say this and just piss the hell out of Bill, or like piss off Wild Bill. And that was basically when we were at the song "Country Music Jesus." I was like Taylor Swift. We need Taylor Swift to come back to country music. And I know. Trish would probably like that. Like Taylor Swift could easily save country music. No, I have no doubt in my mind. Even though you're probably like, oh hell no.
In the famous words of Elsa, no.
Yeah, so you wouldn't consider Taylor Swift a country music Jesus?
No, not by a long shot.
Well, damn the devil.
All right, well.
Yeah, so ready for the next track? I mean, well, I guess that you introduced that one.
Did I? No, you introduced Springsteen.
Oh yeah. So yeah, we're getting ready to do track 10. I think.
Track 10 is called "I'm Getting Stoned."
Yeah, Robert said, "The hell you say? She was never country, never will be." Well, damn the devil, Roberta.
So, this song is kind of interesting. It's almost like it's kind of like a Love Gone Bad song. But it's almost kind of like he's at this point to where, because it says at the very beginning, I read it in the paper, marked the date on the wall to remind myself to celebrate the day I lose it all. They made plans to be together. I made plans to be alone. She got a rock and I'm getting stoned. So basically he left her. She found another guy. Now he proposed. She's got a ring on her hand. They're getting married, and you know how people call on the wedding an engagement ring. Look at that stone you got, or that rock you got. That big old diamond you got on your hand, or whatever. And so basically, he thinks in a way he's got the better deal because she got a rock, and he's getting stoned, but it's just kind of. I think it's kind of cool, and it's like another one of those get over you songs, and I'm going to do it any way I can. But in a way, he's kind of glad, like now he don't have that ball and chain around him and shit like that, and it's just a cool song, and I like it, and I don't know that it's really relatable to me. To a certain extent. I mean, it can be to a certain extent, but I just like it. I think it's a cool song and it has a cool sound, and just the way Eric does it is it's cool. So I'll give it like 4 stars.
Okay. But yeah, this is another song on the album that I guess I couldn't relate to like on such a personal level, but I still loved the melody of the song. I loved how he sang it and everything. But yeah, what it says here, I'm Getting Stoned by Eric Church appears on Church's 2011 album Chief. She once was his, but now she's married to someone else. Good thing he hid his stash.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love this song. Not one of my absolute favorites from this album or from Eric Church, like generally, but I still enjoy the song and the message of the song. So I'll probably give this one probably like 3.5 stars, but it's still a really good song though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess I don't have too much to say about that one, but it's still. I don't know. It's still a really good song, though.
Awesome. Well,
so ready for track 11?
Okay. The last track on the album.
Yeah. What a way to end the record, I just gotta say. Track 11 is called Over When It's Over. Automatically, I felt in my heart, I could just personally relate to the song. Like it actually brought back feelings that I had buried deep down for so long. But it did kind of reignite, I guess, or just remind me of a certain time in my life again. So it was another one of the songs that took me back, I guess, and made me reminisce about like a past relationship. But yeah, and like what it says here is somebody. This is the perfect breakup song. This song is about a guy who's going through a breakup, and while talking with his ex, they both decide that it really is over. It's hard and it sucks, but that's just the way it is. Now that I think about it, that's kind of how things ended between me and an ex-girlfriend of mine that I was with for like 5 years and everything, but that basically describes it because we made up and broke up, made up and broke up, made back up, broke up like several times. Like we had like an on and off again relationship for at least 3 years of that 5 years that we were kind of like together, and we finally caught things off for good in 2017, and that's basically how like just the way this song, like the lyrics, like it just that's basically how it describes how it felt at the end of that relationship because it says because like the chorus, it's over when it's over, ain't it, baby, ain't it? Rips you like a dagger, can't it, baby, can't it? Wish we could do it over, damn it, baby, damn it. We had it in the air, we just couldn't land it. Yeah. Like even the chorus alone, just like true words never been spoken, especially when you've gone through like a breakup, especially if it was a breakup like that, like a breakup of a relationship that really meant a lot to you. Like this person really meant a lot to you. Like you had made a lot of memories with. So depending on how long you were together, then yeah, this is a very good like closing song for the album. I just gotta say, with that being said, this song automatically already kind of gets 5 stars from me. I came close to giving it like maybe just 4.5, but now that I think about it, considering how much I can relate to it personally, like on a personal level, I would actually give this song 5 stars just for that alone. So I don't know what you think about this song, Wild Bill, but for me, this like I hate to say this, but I kind of agree with some people that this is the perfect breakup song. It just like it kind of feels that way. It feels like a lot of people can relate to this song. So yeah, what are your thoughts, Wild Bill?
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. You said just about everything there is to say about this song. It's it may be the perfect break, but I love that one part that we had it in the air, we just couldn't land it, and it just reminds me of that relationship being like a plane, and you going down, and you tried to land it, but you couldn't, so you crashed or whatever, and it's just I don't know. I like this song, and actually I'm gonna be honest with you. I think this song is way cooler live. Like I like when you hear it, especially on that Eric Church live album, and then he's played it live before and stuff. This song just really has like this really cool vibe when you hear it live and shit. Yeah. And it just brings this song out even more. And
well, now I need to see if there's a live performance I can see on YouTube.
Yeah, I think it's on the one album there. What the hell's the name of it?
So has Eric Church actually ever released like a live performance of the song?
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I did want to mention one more thing about the song before we close out the album review, though. Wild Bill.
Yeah, it's on this album right here.
Oh.
Caught in the Act.
Oh, nice.
Track number 4, Over When It's Over.
Over When It's Over. That's awesome.
Yep.
But yeah, I just wanted to say, because how you just said that while beer about comparing it to like a plane, and it just, I just thought of a parallel that this song, like another song that you could compare this song to, or put on a playlist with, and this will show you just how much of a fan I am of Brad Paisley, because I'm going to mention one of his deep cuts. Brad Paisley, on his album called Fifth Gear, that was released in 2007, he actually has a song on that album with a similar concept. It's actually called If Love Was a Plane. And in that song, Brad Paisley actually says, if love was a plane, nobody would get on. And that's what it reminded me of when you were describing that one. I was like, oh my God. But I was like, I knew if I mentioned that, I was like, this will show you just how much of a fan I am of Brad Paisley, because he's like one of my favorite artists ever. And I've heard everything. Like, I've listened to all of Brad Paisley's albums. I've been a fan of him pretty much throughout like most of his career, at least since the early 2000s, since I was like 12 or 13. I've been listening to his music. So, but yeah, I just thought I'd mention that deep cut from Brad Paisley's Fifth Gear album called If Love Was a Plane. I mean, it has a similar concept. I love when people when certain artists will actually compare love to something else, like given like a metaphor or some analogy or something, and comparing it to like a plane like taking off, and then like, you know how like when it comes to planes, like there can be turbulence and plane crashes and this and that, and that's basically what can happen on love. Like, you're basically taking a chance whenever you get on a plane, because you never know if you're actually going to land safely or if you're going to end up crashing and burning. So, but yeah, Over When It's Over, a very relatable song, and a song that I can definitely personally relate to myself, and I feel is actually one of the most relatable songs on this album that I feel a lot of people can relate to, especially if you've been in a relationship and that relationship kind of crashed and burned in the end. So, but yeah, and that was track 11, the final track from the album.
Nice.
But yeah, do you got any more to say about the song, Rob Bill? Or?
Yeah, well, not this song, but
or the album as a whole, I guess.
Yeah. Hold on just 1 second.
Okay.
Okay. So there's 11 tracks on this album. Okay. And if I'm not mistaken, there's 10 of those songs on this record. On this live record here. I'm can't think of the one that's not on here. Maybe I'm miscounting, but yeah, but anyway, this album is just out of this, is just probably like I said, if I had to overall rate this album, I'd give it 4 3/4 stars. Because it's just a great record.
I'd probably give it the same. This was almost a 5-star album in a way.
It's tied for Sinners Like Me for my second favorite Eric Church album.
Yeah,
pretty much everybody knows what number 1 is, but
but
doing next.
Yeah, we're doing that in December.
Yeah. And so yeah, I mean this album is just I'm telling you.
So do you want to mention like top 5 tracks or something from the album?
Yeah, we can do that.
Because I already kind of know what mine are, so I don't know. Did you want to say yours first? Or?
Yeah. So
Okay.
from 1 to 5, be Springsteen, Jack Daniels, country music, Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
I would have to say, Like She Does, and Drink in My Hand.
Nice. But yeah, my top 5 from 1 to 5, like you did, is Springsteen, country music, Jesus, Like Jesus Does, Creepin', and Over When It's Over. Those are my top 5. I guess not in any particular order, because now that I think about it, Over When It's Over is probably my second favorite on the album. So I guess it would go Springsteen, and then Over When It's Over, and then country music, Jesus, then Like Jesus Does, and then Creepin'. But yeah, those are my top 5.
Yeah. So like I said, this is the album that put Eric Church over top and made him. It really brought Eric Church to the forefront, and I understand why, because it was just such a monumental record for Eric. Yeah. And like you said, he was nominated for 2 Grammys, even though he didn't win. He should have, but that's just my opinion. I'm biased, and this is not even, to me, I don't even think this is the best record in his catalog, and I've talked a lot about it, but
and that's saying a lot, Wild Bill, because you love this album.
I love this record, but like I said, it's my number 2 record. Well, tied for number 2.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm going to be doing my favorite Eric Church album for the next album review.
Yeah. So, did you want to try to put that in the schedule right now, Wild Bill, or do you want to wait? I'll just let them know that it's probably going to be around Christmas time, I guess.
Yeah. So basically, I'm sorry, let me pull up the wrong thing here.
And Christmas is on a Sunday. Just thought I'd mention that.
Yeah. Let's see. So I have the 25th through the 31st off. So the 25th is a Saturday.
Yeah.
Which is Christmas. Through the 31st, I go back to work on the 1st. So anywhere in between, and actually, to be honest with you, I hate to say it, but probably the 21st will probably be my last day. I'm not saying that it will, but if we don't work overtime, that Wednesday night will be like my Friday.
Okay.
So I'll have that Thursday and Friday off, which is the 22nd and 23rd.
Yeah. So do you want to try for one of those days to do the Eric Church review?
Let's try. I can't say for sure right now.
Okay.
But let's do it on a night that that doesn't seem like it's going to be, because people don't have the tendency of not showing up. So let's do it on a night where everybody could be here. So let's try a Friday night. Let's try that December 23rd.
Oh, yeah, because I feel like if there's one album review you want as many people to be able to show up as possible, it'd be for The Outsiders, since that's your favorite album. So, but yeah, I totally agree. So yeah, I was thinking we can do it on a weekend, and even though Elsa's not a fan, maybe she will actually show up too.
Like I said, that's not a set in stone date yet. That's right now, it's just kind of the recommended date. But we'll get back up with everybody, and we'll definitely post a thing on here letting everybody know when the thing will be, because I usually post the reviews, try to post them everywhere when I can, when I don't forget. But so yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed it. That's Eric Church's The Chief album.
I think we did pretty good tonight. We were able to cover it all in less than an hour and a half. So
yeah. But you probably won't shut me up on the next album review, so that one might be a little long.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. There's no telling. I mean, I know I rambled a lot during this review, but you never know when we do the Outsiders. I mean, maybe it would take us like 2 hours to get through the whole thing.
Yeah. So yeah. All right. Well, I just want to say thank you for all those people who showed up. And commented in the comments and everything, and just was here because if you wasn't here, we'd be doing this to nobody. So thank you for showing up.
Yeah, thank you to everybody who showed up tonight.
We might chill and hang out later. So anyway, so take it easy, everybody. Thank you, and have a good night. Have a blessed night, and don't let Jack Daniels kick your ass.
Yeah. And just remember, we need a country music Jesus to come and save us all.
And it's like he would say, I guess this review will be over when it's over.
Yeah.
So have a good one.
Yeah, it'll be over when it's over.
Yep.
Unless you decide to keep creeping.
That's right.
Creeping and sneaking.
And if they don't do it, just put a drink in your hand.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right.
All right.
Yeah.
Out.
And just remember, we love us like Jesus does.
That's right.